What's up, crew? Hope you're having a rad day. In this episode, I make one small change and get big results. I'm Alan, and this is the MTB Alan channel. I'm Alan, this is the MTB Alan channel, and if a goon like me can have a rad day on the bike, so can you. In this episode, I make one adjustment to my riding and it helps me progress. Our adventure begins at Skypark at Santa's Village.
Wait.
This was Easter weekend and the place was so packed we parked in overflow parking. But Skypark trails have a way of handling a lot of riders. So no matter how packed the trailhead is, the trails generally let people spread out. After some stretching and loosening up, we got ready to drop into sleigh ride for a warm-up. But what was that small change I made? Put simply, I was standing up more. I'll go into more detail later, but let's start with the results. The effect on the trail was that whoops were smoother, the bike felt lighter, and manualing stuff was easier. Mind you, I'm just barely able to manual now, but yeah. In any case, the trail looked and felt different. Like this little hit here, I've never done it or even noticed that before. Jumps also felt more effortless. We'll cover this more in a bit, but here's some more detail on the position. You're probably already familiar with the attack position. If you're not, it looks like this. Your arms and legs are bent and you're ready to attack all the things. This position is great when used for the right things. My new position is a lot more upright. My arms and legs are still bent, but my hips are a bit more open. And I'm in what I'd like to call the scouting position. I'm ready and scouting for when I need to get into the attack position. Think of this as having the correct amount of sag in your body's suspension. If your sag is too low, you're not going to be able to soak things up and you're going to bottom out more easily. You also won't have as much spring. There's more going on here and I'm still unpacking it, but if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments. Also, I do plan to do a more in-depth video on this in the future, so hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss that later. So, back at Skypark, we were heading into Arrow. I was finding it easier to jump higher, but with short jumps like these...
Oh shit!
Yeah, I normally have to work for that second one and nose into its landing. But this time I overjumped it a bit, but was still in the position to nose into the landing. So we decided to head back up and come at it again. And this time I'd chill out on that second jump. That's a bit better.
Yep. Yeah. Whoop.
After a quick coffee break, we headed up to do Neverland jump line. By the way, there are little houses right here. Before we jump into Neverland, let me unpack a little bit why I think this more open stance is helping me on my jumps. I still use the attack position for things like drops, rock gardens, and rock rollers, but it's no longer my default position and I'm not using it on every single feature I come across on the trail. And because I feel more comfortable riding in a more open stance and I feel safe in that stance, I'm more willing to open up more on jumps. But let's try this out on Neverland. I decided to hit the first jump on Neverland with about 75% of my normal speed. It's a pretty long jump, but even at a slower speed, I almost cleared it. I know I've got a long way to go on my jump technique, but I did go back up more recently, and with a bit more pump and a bit more opening up, cleared it cleanly. But let's look at the lower jumps, starting with the step up. As you know, not a lot of people clear this jump. Like I did up top, I came in slower, used a more open stance, and cleared it with little effort. I also cleared the next 3 jumps pretty easily. If you've ridden those, you know that you can't really use speed to clear them. You might have noticed that I skipped the wall ride after the step up. A buddy had previously suggested skipping it to have better speed for the following jumps, but I was feeling pretty good and I actually dig that wall ride. So on the next lap, I wanted to see if I could hit the wall ride and still clear those jumps. Nice. Now, I was feeling pretty good and digging the benefits of the new stance.
Yeah, girl.
So I thought I would start working on my whips again. In an older episode, I mentioned that I often turn my front wheel down on jumps, and I think this keeps my rear wheel from coming out and prevents me from doing whips. So my goal is to just not do that. So I'll get a point for any jump that doesn't look like this. Ready? Not bad, but definitely good enough to end the day on. Alright crew, hopefully this helped you out a little bit, or at least you enjoyed watching me progress. Until next week, like this video, subscribe this channel, notify that bell, but most importantly, go have a rad day.